Hey guys, Bricks and News here. So in honor of May the 4th, I'm bringing you another review video, this time of set number 75353, Endor Speeder Chase Diorama. The set comes with 608 pieces and retails for $99.99 Canadian. I was really anticipating this set of the two diorama sets that were released this month, so let's see if it's as good as I hoped, shall we? Up first we have build and structure integrity. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. Be careful when handling this set, guys. This thing is stacked like a house of cards. Talk about delicate to the touch. Even by Lego standards, this set is touchy. I can't tell you the amount of times I had to sit there and poke around with the ground foliage because it kept popping off. And it doesn't help that whilst those big redwoods look nice, it makes moving around things stressful. But I'm guessing that's why they only have the trees attached by a few studs. I guess to pop them off when you want and get in there and tinker. But it definitely comes at a cost for stability. And the speeders, they're literally hanging on by a thread. Or a stud in this case. I mean, they just pop off the minute you even get close to them. So I'm gonna give build and structure integrity a 0.5. I love the look of this set, but it definitely will be a look but don't touch sign placed next to it to ward off any onlookers. Next we have creativity. It looks good. Some real glass cannon action going on here though. I love how we get to lean the speeders. It really shows off how that scene in the film unfolds with them maneuvering through the trees. The redwoods look good. It's not bare or anything like that, so they look pretty fleshed out. The ground is also nicely done with the foliage and the little leaves. It's not a big set, but I like how Lego worked the details into a relatively small model. So creativity is a 2 for me. I like these new little ground leaf tree type pieces. It's actually pretty nice. It kind of gives the whole set a bit more detail. So I'm going to give creativity a 2. It's a small but impressive set considering the size. Now lightness and accuracy. It's not bad. The speeders look good, although I feel they're a bit too beige and plain. Maybe Lego could have broken up the body plates a bit with some darker bricks or some green bricks, kinda to show off the whole camouflage look like in the film. The redwoods and foliage do a decent job trying to recreate Endor's moon landscape. Overall, there's not much here though, so it's kind of hard to be overly critical. So I'm gonna give lightness and accuracy a 1.5. I just wish the speeder's body plates weren't as bland. Next we have minifig and mold prints. As with the Emperor's Throne Room set, these minifigs have a real feel of quality about them. The Scout Trooper looks good. I love his helmet. The helmet and torso are nice, and the legs, they're also very nicely printed with the details of the armor like in the film. His head has only the one-sided face, but I'm not too picky about that considering that you're never going to really see their face, like you don't see their face in the film, so it kind of makes sense that Lego just uses the standard face here. On to Luke. It's the same face expressions as the Throne Room minifig. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any luscious hair here like in the other set. He's got the helmet though, which I like. He's got the one glove again, and the torso and the legs are printed with nice detail. It looks good. I like the way Luke looks here. And then there's Leia. She's also got the two-sided face expressions. Same helmet as Luke. She also has some nicely detailed printed torso and leg prints with the belt and the little ammo pouches. It looks good. I do, however, wish Lego gave these guys the little half cloth cape, like the poncho looking thing like we get in other sets. But that's a minor gripe on my part. So I'm gonna give these minifig and mold prints a 2. Maybe it's just me, but I definitely feel like Lego has upgraded their versions of minifigs that we've gotten in recent sets compared to past sets. And lastly, there's build and manual complexity. Sadly, this set was not really fun for me to build, and I'll tell you why. I have bigger hands than probably most, and getting in there to place down the foliage at times was a nightmare. It was a real hassle. And I wish that with the instructions, they would have had us place all of the foliage first and then the trees. I feel that would have made things much easier, because by putting the trees down first and then the foliage, a few times I'm knocking the trees over. I feel like a giant here, right? But I will say that they gained points for giving us the top-down perspective in the manual, which made it easier to put down the ground greenery in the early portions of the build. The manual's pretty much what you've come to expect from Lego. You got the timelines at the bottom, the red outlining the pieces to highlight them better. This manual also has a nice little write-up at the beginning, which movie lovers such as myself, I always appreciate to have a little read up on these favorite films of mine. So I'm gonna give the build and manual complexity a 1. I would have given it more, but I just feel that by putting down the foliage after the trees was a bit of an oversight on Lego's part. I think they should have had us do it the other way around, personally. So overall, guys, I'm gonna give this set a 7 out of 10. It's a build for me. I mean, it's a great looking set. I love the look of it, and I love the whole Endor moon scenes from the movie anyway, but I just feel that it's just so delicate to the touch. And even though I know it's mainly designed for display, I personally like to kind of get in there sometimes with my sets and fiddle around and set up the different display poses a bit differently, but I doubt I'll be doing that with this one, for fear that the speeders will pop off, or that the foliage will come undone, or one of them trees will topple over. But it's definitely great for the display shelf, that's for sure. And I'm just going to add on a personal note, I must say I love the Star Wars sets that came out for the month for the May the 4th celebration. A fun fact for me, Return of the Jedi is actually the very first movie I watched in the theater, and that was when it was originally released. And I've probably watched it, well, probably more times than I'd like to admit, that's for sure. So I guess I'm giving away my age a bit here. Yeah, I love these sets. These, along with the Indiana Jones sets that came out last month, I feel like I'm in Lego / movie heaven here. So anyway, guys, that's it for this review. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. If you have this set, I'm interested in hearing how you've managed with the tight working area, and whether you feel that a light evening breeze will blow over those redwood trees, right? And if you like these reviews, perhaps give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm probably not as critical as some content creators. For me, I guess my love of Lego is less on the technical aspects of it and more on the fantasy aspect. For me as a kid, I played with Lego and I lived out a lot of my fantasies playing with the little sets. My very first set was the pirate ship, the Black Seas Barracuda pirate ship when it first came out. So again, I'm giving away my age here, right? And I spent hours playing with that. So for me, I'm not probably as critical. So I look at Lego more as actual functioning pieces to play with, living out reenacting the scenes from the movies that I love. So I'm not going to be overly critical as far as molding or whether or not the quality of the plastic feels up to scratch. You know, I'm not a technical person. I don't have the qualification for that, so I don't feel that it's within my remit to comment too heavily on that. For me, it's more as a consumer and whether I feel the set lives up to what my expectations was. So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Like I said, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm sure to have plenty more videos where this came from. May the 4th be with you. Enjoy the Lego Star Wars celebrations like I am. And until next time, keep building.
Quick, jam their comm link, center switch!